Hey everyone, today I'll be doing a solo Master Nightfall Ordeal, the Festering Core as Titan. First, we'll be using Middle Tree Sunbreaker. I'm going to be using the hammers to do the unstoppable cabals to deal with it. We'll be using Izanagi Burden, the sniper. Recommend Master Work. Catalyst. Then we'll be using any arc. Bow arrow, I use to point the Stag, and it has Vorpal weapon. I needed it for the boss since it works in champions and the boss. Next I'll be using the Fallen Guillotine since it's the most powerful sword and it's void. And I'll be showing just the artifact setup-ish. So for the helmet I use Special Ammo Finder, Taken Barrier, Sword Ammo Finder, or Bow Finder if you're stuck with not having a lot of bows. Then I use High Energy Fire and both Enhanced Bow Loader, along with the Crest of Alpha, Exotic, Counter Charge, and the Unstoppable for the champions. Leg Armor, I use Special Ammo, Scavenger, and Enhanced Sword Scavenger. Most I use a lot of Taken mods. Then for the Titan Mark or the Titan class armor, I use Enhanced Bomber and Taken Ornaments. Would recommend to have 100 resistance so you can use a lot of your Crest of Alpha to gain some health since this Nightfall is attrition. So let's get started. Alright everyone, so first we're going to do her Sparrow, one to avoid the ads. And I didn't want to deal with them. Sometimes they do kill me with this Sparrow. So now we're going to deal with the Vex. And what I'm going to do is just use our sword just to take down the Vex and the Harpies. Whew. This is going to be a fun Nightfall. So over here you can just sword and you can bypass the Harpy shields pretty easily. Then once that's done you can use your grenade and you can bow away the goblins. Reason why this video was a bit long was I was having trouble with unstoppable champions and the boss fight too with the champions. So there is champions in the boss fight as well. So I was passing some ads behind this rock and they don't push you, they just stand on the stairs, just dazing there. And you can first take down the hobgoblin and the goblins. They do hit hard, so I recommend to have a shield, healing rift, or if you're a hunter you can just go behind a rock. And yes, I'm sorry, I sound weird. I'm in a basement right now, so it sounds a little echo. We're gonna take down our first champion. You can just lure it here and then stun it. Then you can sword away. With counter charge and high energy fire you can take down much quickly and way better to deal with the overload champions. So now over here we're gonna take down these harpies. Then we're gonna deal with the Hydra. Now over here I kind of messed up my sniper shot. You can see I was gonna snipe it, but because some goblin was shooting me I missed my shot and it was irritating. And this Hydra likes shooting there multiple times. I tried on my grenade but it bounced back. So if this happens you cannot deal with the Hydra, I recommend just using your super. So when defeating just the Vex Hydra, you can just open the door portal and go to the next section. So what I did is just kill the Hydra as fast as I can with the hammers. And then we just go to teleportation. It's just more quicker, to be honest. You don't have to kill all the ads. So now over here we're gonna deal with the Cyclops and with these Taken and Vex. So we're gonna just use our bow just to take down the shield. Since our void is sword, we cannot sword it from the air. Bad idea. So now about these Cyclops. When they do activate, they do suppress you and make you... they trap you in a little bubble. You can avoid it by jumping over the bubble, and they do shoot you one hit as well, these Cyclops. Recommend to take them down immediately, and they're going to be more of a headache in the boss fight, which we'll talk about it later. So once it's activated, you'll see a little pink dot and you can just shoot it quickly. So now I'm just reloading, just looking down at the ads. You can first deal with the Taken Cabal or the Taken Captain, or you know, and just sort it away. Then once he's done, you can sword the wizard. And with attrition mod, you can get some health and regenerate your health for 3 seconds. Now dealing with the harpies, you can use your arc bow. Or if you don't have an arc bow, you can be an arc subclass and throw a grenade or use osmosis. Of course, there is another champion. Sometimes this champion doesn't push you, and then there are times where it pushes you, like in the footage here. Can be super annoying, a bit RNG with that. So now you can just bow away and take them down quickly. Like I said, if you don't have an arc bow, you're using a void bow, you can just use your sword to bypass their shields, and then you'll get some regenerated health. But not all the time. These ads do pop a little health, attrition health. So now over here we're gonna deal with the second Cyclops. We're gonna kill it quickly. And then there's gonna be another Hydra, and what I like to do is just snipe them. But first we're gonna take down the Gold Goblin. And we're gonna take our time with the bow. We're gonna shoot from long range. So now we're gonna do is take down the Hydra. The sniper. It could be one sniper and one bow should kill it quickly. If you have charge of light, it should be one hit. So now here we're taking down the harpies from distance. And I think I missed one. Yes, I missed one. I missed one harpy. So now we're gonna have another Cyclops appearing soon, but first we're gonna take down these ads. Just wanna get some ammo. And yes, I threw my hammer. You can also get your hammer back if you go towards it. And also there are these 3 little harpies. They like to hide there. You can take them down easily with a sword, or with an arc bow, or a grenade if you're an arc subclass. So now we're going to deal with the next Cyclops. So now you can go over here and snipe it quickly, then jump back to the rock. That's how I deal with them. There are other ways, but for me, I just feel more comfortable just going there. So I jump back over here and then deal with the goblins and the ads. So you can see there are 2 overload champions. So yes, there is a lot of champions in this Nightfall. I think around 23. There is a way you can skip 2 champions. I'll be showing you later. I did make a footage of Xenophage, but it took an hour to beat it, and it was an Arc Titan, not Void. So with no overload nades, it did took longer to kill them, even with high energy fire. I'm debating to upload it or not. Let me know. I am still debating to upload Arc Titan with Xenophage. Not sure. So now we're just clearing the ads. The overload champion won't push you if you stand over here, but he will shoot you from far away. You have to be careful with that. So once done, you can just sort it away. This makes life easier, makes this round easier. Now you can get some health back. Now we're gonna deal with the goblins and the hobgoblins or the snipers. I'm just checking if there's some any ammo for sniper because I was low on sniper. And I wanted to take down the Vex. So you, like I said, you could take your time here. For me, I took my time. Slow and steady wins the race, as I said in my other videos, previous videos. And I want to first take down the goblin, hobgoblin sniper, and then all these little ads. Or red bars. And did you see that? So this goblin glitched out and went behind a rock. It's like Bungie programming when I was playing the Nightfall Ordeal. Super unfair. As you saw the sample, I tried to kill it and it just went to the rock. You can see how irritating this Nightfall can be. So now we're taking out the goblin and then we're going to pursue to the next platform. Sometimes these harpies do hide behind a rock. If it does, just push to the Overload Champion if you cannot kill the harpies. So here I stun it and then sort it away. And now next we're going to deal with the harpies. So you can sword them or you can use your arc bow. For me, I just used my sword. So now there'll be ads spawning and guess what? Another Overload Champion. I mean, didn't we already deal with the Overload Champion like 10 seconds ago? Now we're gonna deal another one. So here, what I like to do is just first deal with the harpies. Well, basically mostly the harpy in the middle here, because this little dude likes to shoot far away. The gold harpies from the right, they don't shoot far away from where you are. Reason why I'm not pushing towards the other rock from the right side, because the harpies will shoot me and the Overload Champion can shoot you. But if you stand here, they won't push you too bad. Only the ads in the middle. So now I'm just taking my time with the bow and make sure you have enough bow ammo. Sometimes you can run out of bow and then you won't have time to deal with the Overload Minotaur. Of course, yes, I could snipe the Overload Champion from this distance, but there is a bug with the critique body shot. And you're going to see that very soon. I will say it's very, very irritating. It's like a weird bug. You'll see the bug. It has been bugged ever since champions were introduced. It's like the critique shot in the middle of the Overload Minotaur. When sniping, it works and sometimes doesn't work, depending on the angle of how the Overload Champion is done. They need to fix it. Be honest, it's so irritating. Like I said, you'll see what I mean. So we're gonna deal with the gold bar harpy, and the Overload Minotaur will shoot you. So once done, you can snipe it and try to be a little careful to critic shot. And you can just use your Overload bow, and then you can kill it pretty quickly. If you keep missing your sniper shots, just spam your bow if you have enough bow. I would say that's plan B if you're getting irritated or frustrated with sniping the Overload Champion, especially if you're in your fire team and you keep missing and missing. It can happen. I haven't tried LFG on this Nightfall yet, so I have no idea how's everyone doing LFG. I mean, if you guys know what's going on LFG for this Nightfall, comment below, because I have no idea what's going on. I heard people are having trouble with the boss or something. Don't know. Haven't tried it for the past few days. So now we're gonna deal with another Overload Champion. Isn't this fun? Can you imagine if someone was making a drinking game and every time I overload, or any champion pops out, they have to make a drink already, they're gonna be done. So you can just use your overload bows to take down this overload champion. And the ads can help kill you too, just be careful. I almost died there. And you can use your shield. So now I'm gonna collect some ammo. And I'm going to go on the plates. So you could shoot them down with just one bow, by the way. Not bad. Yeah, this Nightfall exhausted me. So now we're going to have more ads. If you push over there, ads will spawn, and we're gonna deal with the Hobgoblin first, then the champion. And yes, we're dealing with another Overload champion. Yes, this Nightfall is... So now I'll give you an example of I did critique shot and the game says no. No, Blitz, you're not gonna get any critic shots. So here I was trying to get a critic shot, but it kept moving. And those... it was just so annoying. So if this happens to you, I was trying to shoot it and then it moved. Just spam your bow. And that's why I was using Vorpal weapon to get, I think it gives you 10% damage. I'm not sure. But it does help a lot, especially with Charge of Light. 20%, so it'll be, I think 30% for the bow. But anyway, it helped me a lot, so you can take them down easily. That's why I recommend having Vorpal weapon. If not, if you don't have it for your fire team, then just use explosive payload. So now we finally kill, I lost counted, to be honest, how many champions we killed in this room. Yeah, I got lost. I have to look back at my footage and put the timestamp because I actually forgot how many champions we took down. So yeah, I'm sorry guys. It's so many champions in this Nightfall. I lost count. I don't remember now. So we could take down the box, and then the box in the middle will be available to pop it. Just getting some ads, and now we're gonna deal with the red room of death. The red ribbons or the red walls. So now we're gonna first deal with the Cyclops first, and then we're gonna use our super. Now let's talk about these red walls of death. If you guys play Street Fighters, do you guys remember that character does that wall of death attack and traps you or kills you instantly? Well, not instantly, but it gives you heavy damage. Well, that's basically it, except these walls kill you one hit. So yeah, I would recommend to avoid them as possible. I did try to do the block with sword, but it still kills you even with your super. If you're using Radiant supers, it kills you. But the good news is these red walls can kill the ads for you, so you can use that as advantage. So now we're gonna deal with the other Cyclops. I would recommend killing it quickly. It does close up. I would say you have around 3 seconds to kill it as fast as possible. And there will be 2 Overload champions, 1 sniper and 1 walking around dealing with the void taking ads. So first I like to crouch here so it won't shoot me, and then just snipe it away. So this Overload can't shoot you if you're crouched here. Makes it safe to kill it and to get rid of it. Honestly, I really hate that Overload champion. Whew, so because the Overload champion wasn't going towards me, I was trying to go plan B over here. I wanted to kill a Minotaur from there, but it didn't work out. But if it did work out, you can shoot the Overload champion from this little platform. But because of this taking captain, it didn't fall down. Usually it does fall down by the time I get here, but it didn't. So here it wasn't working out. So I decided to retreat and just go to plan A and try to have this Overload champion push towards me so I can kill it. There are times where the Overload champion doesn't push, and that would be plan B. Like I say, you can just go up here and just take it down from distance from that platform. So now I was just thinking what to do. So I decided to just go with plan A, deal with the champion. So I was first just thinking, okay, I'm gonna take down these harpies first, so this Overload champion can, you know, pay a little attention to me because I want to kill it. So now I'm just trying to see what I can do, because if I overload, sometimes I can go behind that wall, then I can miss my shot. So now, so the Minotaur killed all the ads for me, and sometimes this Overload champion doesn't, so I didn't want this Overload champion to go towards there. I was trying to lure it towards me, so I was just spamming my bow to let it notice me, you know. And finally this Overload Minotaur was shooting me, and then I can stun it and deal with it. So now with these red rolls of death, they do hit you a lot. If you're near the wall, it does give you a warning, I would say, if you're being attacked. So now here I was trying to first deal with the other Overload champion. And there is one over here. And this one's pretty easy to handle. I like to throw a grenade and then use my bow to take down this Minotaur. Or this champion, Overload champion. Pretty easy. And now we're going to deal with the Cyclops. What I like to do is take down the Cyclops quickly as possible. Then I like to retreat and just go. So now there are these ogres, right? But first, we're gonna deal with the champion from distance. So you can shoot the Overload champion from here. And like I said, you gotta be careful with the red walls of death. Definitely be careful. Because sometimes it can surprise attack you from this platform. There are times where I died because I wasn't paying attention. So now you can kill that very easily. And then take down these ogres too. Okay, so now I'm noticing usually Master Nightfall is ×2, right? For this Nightfall it's 1.7. So I don't know if Bungie did that on purpose, or maybe it's just me. I remember Master is 2.1, 2.0. Anyway, I don't know, you comment below. Maybe I'm over exaggerating. So over here I was just trying to snipe the ogre, but the goblin was being irritating. I had to wait and then find another way to take down the ogre. And you can see here I almost died by the red by the red wall of death. So like I said, you gotta be careful. It almost killed me. You know, if I was one little inch closer to that, I would have been dead and I'd start all over again. So yes. So now we're gonna take down the last Overload champion for the red, well, the last one for this section. And you can use your bow here. Recommend to kill as fast as possible. Sometimes this Overload champion does like to hide behind the walls. So once you do take down this champion, I recommend just to skip all the ads and just proceed to the next one. These ads do help you kill the Overload Minotaur. I guess they have a little beef between each other. I don't know, maybe they don't, maybe they were debating something, they just didn't agree each other and they just started fighting. So you can skip all these ads, no point of killing them, to be honest. And now this is the part where things get hectic. Things get a little slow. So first we're going to deal with the Cyclops, and what I like to do is I go on this rock, and for some reason it activates it. Don't know why, don't know how. It works, so I take advantage of it, and it makes it easier. So there's this invisible taken Minotaur or taken gold bar. Definitely shoot it first before proceeding to the unstoppable champions, and this is when unstoppable champions are first to go, and this is when things get a little bit annoying. So I was trying to lure just one unstoppable champion. Sadly for this footage I was getting bad luck. I always get bad luck. Jesus. So I was jumping, just trying to make a push towards me, and unfortunately it was two of them, and I honestly was a bit irritated. So what you can do is you play Ring Around a Rosie with them, yes. So now I was just trying to get one. And then this other one decided to push them. So you can throw your hammer, and then you can use your sword. So now I was just trying to wait for my hammer, and because it was getting a little bad, I decided to pull back and then go back to the little circle rock. And still two champions were there. I was trying to make one of them to go away and deal with the ogre. So yes, this happens. So I got pretty unlucky. Very unlucky here. You can see it was a bit bad luck. And I wanted one of the unstoppable champions to deal with the ogre. And then one just pushed towards me. So finally it worked. Finally it's just one, and then I was just waiting for my hammer so I can hammer it away and deal with the other one. So now because the health was pretty low, I was trying to throw a grenade just so I can do a finisher on it. And if it does push you, just always have your sword. So now I was just waiting for the red wall of death to just move away. And it did damage the boss a bit, which I was happy. And now we're gonna go and deal with the next champion. Now I'm dealing with one. If it was just one champion, then this would be so much easier. If it's two, it just gets a little irritating. So now you can just use your hammer, and then you can kill it quickly. And I was trying to kill it quickly because I saw the red wall of death, or the red ribbon of death, and I wanted to kill it. So now we kill all the champions. What I like to do is just push towards there, and then ads will spawn. There will be another overload champion, and definitely I would say a gold bar. I wouldn't say it's not a champion, but it is pretty tanky. So I like to do is stand over here, but I was waiting for the red wall to go away. So they'll be taking goblins. Definitely take them down first. So now I was just trying to see if I can kill it from here. Then I thought, wait, it could hide behind that wall. So I was thinking what to do, so I decided to push towards that circle rock and then deal with the champion. Since the taken cabal was not pushing, it was laying back, and I didn't want to deal with it. So here you can stun and snipe it from here. So right now I'm just trying to kill it quickly. I saw the red walls again, could get in my way. So I was trying to kill it as fast as I can. And then once the overload champion is gone, you can deal with the gold bar. So over here, I don't know, I guess they were thinking of putting unstoppable champion. I guess they were debating. I think it was supposed to be a champion, but then they decided, oh, it's too many champions in this Nightfall. Let's just put a gold bar. I think that's what happened there, to be honest. So now what we're gonna do is get this plate. And next what we're gonna do is hit these boxes. All these boxes. Then once you hit these boxes, ads will spawn. It's gonna be a Solar Knight and an Ogre. I would take down the Ogre first, but luckily the red Wall of Death killed it for me and I was very, very happy. That's a bit RNG there. So here I was thinking what to do, and then of course I had a warning. So the red wall almost killed me. So if you start to get static, the game is telling you that the red ring, the red wall of death is gonna kill you. So now I was just looking back if there's any more red ribbons, but no, I think that's the last one. So now what I'm thinking is using my super to kill it, but it didn't work out. You can see here I was gonna use my super soon, but right now I was just debating. And of course I was double checking if there's gonna be any red ribbon walls there. Now this is weird. I was using my super and it still didn't pop the shield. Okay, now it did, and then for some reason yeah, it didn't work out too well. Maybe I should just spam R2 instead of the spin hammer. To be honest, I thought the spin hammer would take damage on it, but it didn't. But it's okay, we took it down. So now we can get to our last plate, and then there'll be ads spawning. For me, I like to skip them, and by the way, it's these ads where they duplicate, aka they take in bunnies, except they're gold bars, so they're more annoying than the red bars. So I decided to skip them because I already knew I already knew this run was gonna take too long. So here's the part where you can skip. So you can jump here and be careful with the taken ground. You can go here, and then you can use your sword to have a little jump boost up. So go on this platform here, and then you can jump where you see that taken little blight ball. Jump over here, and then one little sword swish, and then you can skip these ads. If you skip these ads, you will still get platinum, by the way. And then you can skip the wizards ads, and then the 2 champions, which saves around 5 minutes of your time, or 10 minutes. I would say 10 minutes because since I don't have unstoppable weapon, I have to rely on melee. So now you can just easily go on these plates, and you can deal with the boss easily. Well, we'll be going to the boss section soon. So there you go, you can skip some ads. I will say it's a little cheese, but to be honest, I'm taking advantage of it because this Nightfall is long. And like I said, I do have a footage of Xenophage, and I didn't do the cheese, and that's why it took an hour. Jesus Christ. But anyway, so what I like to do over here is first clear the ads and then the overload champions. Once again, I was trying to throw my grenade, but the wall got in the way again, second time. So now we're here. You can use your sword to take down these taken acolytes. And for some reason, I didn't want to use that charge attack. I don't know, my controller has been acting weird lately. Every time I use a sword, it always does that when I switch a weapon. Don't know why, but it's whatever. So now I wanted to take down the Solar Taken Captain first, because they're the ones that are more dangerous than the Void Acolyte Taken. So now I wanted to push and just kill them quickly. So now, since all the ads are taken, so I think there's one more, and then it's just champions. I do recommend killing these champions, then to activate the blight. So now I'm just trying to lower one. So over here I had a hard time. So I was trying to have one overload and then kill it, and then take down the second one. So here, sadly, two of them push, which I did not want, so I backed away. And I was trying to lure the second one into the blight and then deal with the one that's out of the blight. So I was like shooting and just waiting. So that's why this Nightfall took a long time, because these overload champions was not working with me, to be honest. It was irritating. So now finally the overload champ decided to listen and I can kill quickly. So once that's done, you can go here. You can just jump here, and then you can take down the next overload champion. And dealing with one is easier. Like, this isn't too bad, but if it's two, then it gets annoying. So now we're dealing with the last one, and then we can start the boss fight. So over here I was just checking, scouting. You can also take down these taken balls if they do get in your way. I was just scouting and checking. Now I was just looking at the two red lights of where to jump, because sometimes if you jump, these taken walls can kill you, like over there you saw. I was trying to reposition and then take down the blight and know where to jump so I won't die, because in my last footage I died before the boss appeared. Like here, let's just say I was like here, then I jumped and died on my last footage, and it irritated me. So now I was just looking, seeing where I can do some DPS on the boss. So this is when things get hectic, or things get a little annoyed. So I was trying to find a way to kill the boss quickly. So now I was just trying to use some of my sniper to take it down. And sometimes this boss likes hiding behind the walls, so I was trying to move a little bit and just trying to find a way where it just stands still, because there are times where the boss does stand still and then times where it just walks around. It's just so weird, to be honest. So here I was just trying to use my sniper, and I have charge of light, so it does make it easier. So now we spawn in some ads, and the boss will just stand there. Unless you do more DPS on the boss, it will move and the ads will move too. But I decided to just work with the ads first. So what I like to do is use my sword, just take my time on this. So I was thinking of taking down all the void shields, well most, and leave two. The ones that are near the boss, I can't get them, because if I do try to, I'll get stomped and die, so I wouldn't recommend it. So I was thinking just taking all the ads, except the ones that are the closest, then snipe it away so we can move, and then I can take down the remaining ads. Then we can deal with the first Cyclops. So like I mentioned, the Cyclops, they're the ones that kind of ruin the run most of the time, but I did find some ways to safely kill them, and it works every time. So now I'm just trying to see where I can deal with this remaining ads. I wanted to push there, but then there was a taken wall and it could kill me, so I was debating to go around. So I did. I went around just to see if I can kill it. And if it doesn't work out, then I would say just DPS the boss so it can move. So I was still thinking, like, should I go there? I don't know. I was like thinking over there, so I decided not to and just do DPS on the boss. So we can move, and then I can deal with the remaining ads. So he just stands there until a Pacific health. It will move and push you. So I was just sniping away, and as you can see, yes, I said that, this boss is tanky. Even sniping this boss, it's still tanky. Now with Xenophage, it's around 15k? I would say around 15k damage. So now the boss finally pushes, and I was just focusing on the ads first and getting some ammo. So I was thinking to kill the ads, and I think I was missing one. So I was just walking around scouting just to make sure, because there is times where I didn't scout and then they just appear in front of you and then they kill you. So I was just looking around, seeing okay, everything looks good. But then boom, there's ads there. So like I said, that's I mean, for me that's the safest way. You can just take them down once the boss moves. But they do walk, and they go in such random locations, as you saw. They were where the boss was, and then they just walked all the way from that little platform. So now I'm going to reposition, and I'm going to snipe the boss so we can activate the champions. So there are champions in this boss. If you do take down the boss, core of the health, 3 bars. If you take down 1 bar, then ads will spawn and a Cyclops will spawn. But the Cyclops is gold bar, so it will take a lot of damage. Meaning it will take time to kill the Cyclops, since it's not a red bar like in the previous we seen. So it would take around, instead of 1 sniper, it's gonna take around 3 to 4 snipers, depending if you have charge of light. If you have charge of light, I think it takes 3 snipers per precision shots. So now I was just using my bow, and then over here I like to crouch and then take down the Cyclops. And I tried to take down quickly. The reason why I crouch is because the Overload champion can push you from here. So that's why I crouch here, so the Overload Minotaur won't pay attention to me and it won't slap me. So over here you can see the Cyclops try to suppress me, but you can just jump over the bubble, just run and jump, and then you can finally kill it. So yes, I don't know what happened. It's just so irritating. It had like a tiny health, and it still was irritating to kill it. So now here you can take your time to kill these ads. So over here it says defeat the Vex. So try not to kill all the Vex. First take down the Knights, and then the Overload Minotaur. Or the Overload champion. Because if you take down the Vex first, then the boss will spawn and it's gonna make your life a nightmare. So I recommend kill the Solar Knights and the Overload champion before taking down the Vex. So over here I was just using my super to take down the Solar. It did some damage. I didn't want to push too much, to be honest. So I thought that Tornado Fire will go towards the Knight, but it didn't. But you can just use your hammer to deal with it. So now we're gonna deal with the Overload champion, and because I was on low health, I used my shield barricade. So now I was just looking for the Overload champion who was hiding, and you can see that finally it pushes towards me. So you can stun and sword it away. So once the Overload Minotaur is gone, you can take down the Vex. And then the boss will spawn. So over here I was just taking down the Vex. And then I was scouting a little bit. And then I was like, oh, I need some ammo. So I quickly got ammo. And then we can DPS the boss. So now I'm trying to read precision, because now we're going to deal with unstoppable champions soon. Once you damage the boss enough, it will spawn champions and adds. So that's why this boss fight is long, because of the champions, the waves, and it's just... So now what I'd like to do is work on the bow. And then snipe it away. So over here, sorry, there's a fly. So over here, what I like to do is just use my sniper. And I didn't want to use too much of my sniper because I need it for the Cyclops. So then I saw a brick and I said, okay, I guess I can use some sniper, because I was looking, there was a lot of green bricks, so I decided to use most of my sniper. And then this is when things get a little irritating. So over here, what I like to do is take down all these taking cabals and the goblins. The goblins are the ones that they do immune the unstoppables. And the reason why this took so long is I had to wait for my melee. And I wanted to have I had to kill one champion at a time. So I was trying to have one push me, but then two push me. So I had to back away. And then I had to wait for my melee. So yes, bad luck. I didn't want to go get my hammer, because if I do, it could do that melee attack and push me, then I die. So now over here I was just waiting for my melee, and because we have enhanced bomber, I was just seeing if I can get charge of light ×2 so I can take them down a little quicker. So recommend to ignore the boss. Definitely take down the champions first, because if not, then the boss will move, and then the unstoppable champions are going to be a nightmare. So I was trying to see if I can get them from here, but then it didn't work out. So once we have our melee back, I was trying to lure one of them towards me so I can get just one to push me from the other side. So I jumped on this platform, and then I decided to have one. So I was trying to see if one can push me, and one did, and didn't work. My hammer went over the wall. So then I decided to try again. So this is the part, like I said, this is the most annoying part. I always get bad luck on this. So finally one champion pushed me, and then you can sort it. And also be careful with that too. You can see that the other champion did try to push me, and then I would have died. So always have your sword equipped. If it does happen, just use R1. Just do one swing to deflect it, so you won't die. So now we're gonna deal with one more champion. And pretty easy to handle. I was just waiting for my melee charge again. And it takes around a minute to get it back. Well, less than a minute now. It's almost got my melee back. My hammer. So now I'm just waiting. Yeah, I'm sorry. This boss fight is so long. I'm having the worst. Having bad luck. So now we can lure the boss. The champion. You can stun it through a hammer and then nail it with. And then yes, you can get our hammer back. Sometimes the hammer does go the right or left side, so that's why you see me not getting my hammer back, and of course the other champion pushed me, so it was annoying. So now we can do some DPS on the boss. Recommend to have around 12 ammo for the Cyclops. I didn't want to use my sniper, so I was trying to see if I can find any more bricks so I can snipe it. And bows, especially bows. But because the boss was so close to the green bricks, it could stomp me, so I decided just to use bow. And stand here. So now you can just spam your bow. And because we have Charge of Light, it does give 20% damage for the bow. So now just trying to do precision shots and just trying to DPS the boss so we can spawn in the Cyclops. So yes, just bowing away. So how's everyone doing? Is everyone doing great in LFG? I haven't played LFG this Nightfall Ordeal yet, by the way. Let me know how is it going with everyone. I heard people are rage quitting. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true. Let me know in the comments below. Okay, so now we're gonna have the last Cyclops. So I crouch and quickly snipe it as fast as I can. So it takes around 3 shots with Charge of Light. You can see it's pretty good DPS. With Charge of Light, it's 3 shots. With no Charge of Light, I think it's 4 shots. Yeah, 4 to 5 shots. So, we're gonna deal with the last Overload champion. I know, this is so annoying. I'm sorry, guys. I know you're sick of these Overload champions. I'm sick of these Overload champions. I'm fed up with it. So now I want to lure the Overload champion. I wanted to kill the Overload champion first and then deal with that. So I was trying to lure it and I was thinking, okay, maybe I can lure from here. So I was trying to shoot the ground or the air so I can lure it. Then I could stun it and then use my sword. What I should have done over there is I should have had my Charge of Light and then melee it, but then again I would have to take down the Vex, so it wouldn't matter, because I was thinking maybe I should try to get Charge of Light so I can kill the boss quickly, but it wouldn't work out, and I just thought about it. It's like, okay, it's not gonna work. So before killing the last Vex, I wanted to get some bricks to do DPS on the boss, since the boss is tanky. So now we have 20 full without sniper reserves. I couldn't put that on, sadly. Now we can take down the last Vex, or the last 2 Vex. There was one hiding there, shooting. And you can stand on this platform. And you can take it down. So, once you take down all the Vex, since it says there in the description, then the boss will spawn. And there will be 2 taken invisible minotaurs. I recommend you kill them quickly. For me, I decided to use my super. Kill them quickly. They were gold bars, so they were gonna take a long time. And yes, I just spam my hammer slam instead of the spin hammer one. Even so, it didn't fully kill it. I was a bit disappointed. A little disappointed. And then we're gonna take down the second taken minotaur, because they're more dangerous than the boss, actually. So once you take them down, then you can DPS the boss. And the boss will stand still. And you can just, like I did on my Shadow Lakes, the peak bow, you can use the shield. And you can snipe. You can use the barricade and snipe. And then for Warlock, you can use the healing rift. For Hunter, you can just use your Night Stalker and tether bottom tree. So yes, we're almost done. So once that's done. You can kill it quickly. So over here I ran out of snipers, so that's why I'm spamming my bow. And you can see I'm about to run out of bow. So later on I'm going to, what I did is look for more ammo. So here's a sample of this boss fight. It's very tanky boss. Even with rifle weapon, it's still tanky. So I was just scouting, I was like, oh look, bricks, snipers. So I decided to finally have some sniper bricks. And what I did is use my sniper to finally kill this boss. So without a charge of life, this sniper takes around 11k. No, 54k. And then there you go, that's how I beat it with Titan, middle tree. So thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry this video was long. I was having bad luck with Unstoppable Champions and then the boss fight was taking too long. But I will put a timestamp of boss phase 1, boss phase 2, boss phase 3 because the boss fight took too much time. And yes, my controller did that again. So every time I switch a weapon it does that. So thank you so much for watching. Maybe I'll upload the Xenophage, I don't know, I'm still debating. I think it's too long, I might have to do it all over again. Or next time. So yes, I'll see you guys next time, and thank you for watching. Bye.